Thank you. Thank you very much. As Stefano said, my name is Gia, and I'm from the United States. And this is Adina, who comes from Romania. And I was lucky enough to first meet Adina about 7 years ago when we both began our masters at the London Film School. And Adina immediately stood out to me because she wanted to make a short film about how NASA faked the moon landing. And she wanted to do this on a student budget. So I thought that was the perfect amount of crazy that I wanted to work with. And we made that film. We made a handful of others. We're here now to present our next collaboration, The Trojan Candidate.
Hello. I am Adina, as Gia explained. The Trojan Candidate, I wanted to start with the title. I think it's a natural association to go to Greek history and look at it as the subterfuge that was used to get into Troy. Lately, it's acquired a different meaning via astronomy. A Trojan is a smaller planet that orbits around the bigger one. They never really collide, but there's just this tiny planet that orbits around another one. Spinning from that, I did a lot of reading into what seems to be the next step for us, for humanity, space travel and colonizing other planets. So with that in mind, The Trojan Candidate is a story that focuses on 4 astronauts who have been selected for a privately funded mission to Mars, a one-way trip, and the film spends the last day on Earth as they prepare themselves for this journey. I was fascinated by the idea there are people out there who, beyond any scientific endeavor and interest, they are willing to leave this planet behind, leave everything behind, their families, nature, anything that we sometimes even take for granted. So with that in mind, the film focuses on Grace. She's a photographer who usually joins expeditions into extreme environments where biologists conduct their experiments. So she has this sense of pioneering, of curiosity towards what's new and out of this world, really. Then we have Ed, who is an IT engineer. He communicates better with machines rather than with people, so he sees himself as a person who will live inside a computer. If they go to Mars, he's going to create this artificial system for them to live in. Then we have Anwar, who is a doctor who's spent most of his career working in war-torn lands. He's seen the worst in humanity, and he's seen this downward trajectory into where we're going and what we're doing to each other. So in a hope that he'll find a better place for his family to live in, he is given space a chance. Last but not least, we have Lillian, who is a geologist. And throughout her career, she's put everything under a microscope, everything but herself. These 4 people go into quarantine together. After spending 3 years in training, they have gone to a facility somewhere in the outskirts in the English countryside, and they are put under a lot of scrutiny. Everything about them, their personality traits, their physicality, their psyche, everything's put under a microscope. They have to be perfect, they have to be composed, they have to be sane. And the film becomes a deconstruction of these people. We look at them for the parts that they are. They're not really sums. They're an arm that needs to flex properly. They have to have the eyes that see perfectly, the mental clarity. But as this technical and scientific deconstruction happens, we observe the people inside. We see what drives them to go beyond what we have over here. As this facility is run by a corporation, we learn that there's an agenda that they're not really aware of. The program has a commercial side to it, and they're the forerunners of something that is right now beyond their understanding. As the day of the launch draws near, they become aware that there's another team who's there in training, just like they are. The other team, the other 4, are a mirror of themselves in a sense. And the night before the launch, Grace, Ed, Anwar, and Lillian find out that they won't be the team who goes ahead. They're the backup team. The other ones, the sum of their parts, amounted to something better than themselves. So in the last scene of the film, we see them board a minibus the four of them sitting together, that trails behind the A-team, if you will. And we spent these last moments with them, looking at them as they contemplate the fact that everything they've left behind, their lives, the people that they've thrown out of their lives, they have to go back to, they have to start all over, but they have to start all over again on Earth. And with that in mind, I wanted to explain the fact that this is not a space film, this is a film about space, but it's not about the heroes who are going to conquer it. It's about the fragile people who want to give that world a chance, the ones that seek answers way, way too far.
And we'll be shooting this film entirely on location in military barracks, very austere, barren facilities that's been transformed into or converted into a training site, type of San Servolo, if you will, and in a way. And we have an incredibly strong female-led team that's already in place back in London, working to create the visual atmosphere of the Trojan Candidate. Adina and I have an incredibly close working relationship, and this extends to this core group of creatives that are behind this project. Principally our director of photography, who we both studied with at the London Film School, Wee Jung-hong. She comes from South Korea. And the three of us formed a production company after we finished school, and we will be producing the Trojan Candidate through this production company.
To close on the summer events that happened this year, 2015 has been an incredible year for space exploration. We flew by Pluto, we landed probes on flying comets, we found salt water under the surface of Mars. So I think while it's a massive pat on the back for what we've achieved as humanity, it makes me think that this intellectual power and these resources could be put to use to fix what we have here. Everything that we've destroyed over here comes from the same wandering mind of what our capacities are. So in a sense, the film offers a gaze into where we should look for solutions, where we should start fixing things, and it's not far out there, it's within us, within ourselves. And that's the theme of the film and what I would like to leave you all contemplating. Thank you very much.
Great, and perfect timing. It was 7 minutes on the dot. Wow. Very nice. Okay, who would like to ask them a question? Anything else you would like to know? Where is the shooting going to take place, you said?
The English countryside.
In the English countryside. Okay. You have a clear idea of where this will take place?
A military base, barracks that have been, there's an MOD training site that we have in mind that we've shot something before in, as well as a disused hospital that we would double the two facilities to kind of give us one indication of the whole training site.
Great. Nothing else to ask? Good. Congratulations. Thank you very much.